Hey everyone, Squee, I'm back again. I know, another video about the XCOM thing. So, if you guys saw the other one, you noticed that I was giving you guys a choice of, because I hit a roadblock with Enemy Unknown, or Enemy Within, given the slower level up rates and how I wanted to do things. There's a third option, actually, and I've been talking to Inferno about this a lot. There's a third option called the Long War mod, which Inferno has been playing with, and it is an amazingly fun mod. I've seen a lot of it. I really liked it. I didn't do it simply because it's not compatible yet with Enemy Within, but you can still play it with Enemy Unknown. And the Long War mod is certainly something I had planned to do for my next season of roleplay, but maybe I could go ahead and just do it for this season of roleplay. I'm going to give you guys the advantages and the disadvantages, alright? Actually, I'll give you the disadvantages first, because they're a lot less, fewer in number. The disadvantage is, of course, that I would have to restart, but just like Marathon mode, which most of you seem to be okay or actually want Marathon mode anyway, so I'd have to restart. But the other disadvantage is, can't do Enemy Within. So no meld, no mechs, no gene mods, no exalt, you know, no portents. I'll still have slingshot, but no portents. So none of those, which kind of stinks. But there are so many other new features to the Long War mod that you know, you might miss the mechs, but there's so much other stuff that I will get to. But that's the main downsides of it, is that we wouldn't be able to do Enemy Within, so no meld, no mechs, no gene mods. However, let me show you some of the or tell you about some of the advantages that the Long War mod would give us. And I was talking to the creator of the Long War mod, and he really loves the idea of our roleplay, but they're currently working on a version of this mod for Enemy Within, but it's not done yet. It won't be done for a little while, and even if they do get it out, it'll just be a beta, and the problem with the beta is that it's unstable, and the last thing we want is to get halfway through a roleplay season and lose the match, or the game, because it's broken. So if we do this, we'll be doing this on the stable version in Enemy Unknown. So let me give you some of these, the features for this. First of all, there are 8 soldier classes instead of 4, including the original, you know, heavy, assault, sniper, and support. You've also got scout, infantry, rocketeer, and engineer. And basically, they've got some new abilities, but generally they just go specialized. So like you could be a sniper or a scout, you could be an infantry or an assault, you could be a rocketeer or a heavy, and you could be an engineer or a support. And different ones have different branches, so people could branch out more. Also, up to 8 XCOM soldiers on missions. Meaning no more are you only allowed to have 6, you can have up to 8 soldiers on each mission, which means a lot more people would be able to get involved with the missions. Up to 12 missions per month. Abductions will take place one at a time. This means that, kind of like Marathon mode, the game will take longer, but not much longer than Marathon mode from everything I understand. And it will give allow me to put out more episodes every week, give people more time to, or more missions to be a part of, etc., etc. This one's really cool. Multiple base missions that allow you to retake countries from the aliens. If you lose a country to the aliens, you can do an alien base mission to get that country back. Which is really, really cool. Revamped and new perks structured to force difficult choices at each level while creating powerful complementary abilities. So the perk trees are completely reworked and set up for these 8 classes instead of just the 4. Aliens conduct research, and their soldiers and UFOs will grow tougher over time, although XCOMs can slow their advance. So basically, obviously, like the other game, they do grow over time. There are ways we can slow them down. So maybe instead of automatically these guys appear on this month, maybe there's something we can do to make that take longer. Not quite sure how that works. But interceptors gain experience and grow more accurate. So Mike, our interceptor pilot, will actually, and you know, we could have other interceptors, I don't know. Anyway, they grow better at their job and get more accurate as they go. Shivs now have the potential to be a major component of your tactical game. Shivs are way more useful in this mod. Shivs are basically robots, and I'll tell you what I plan to do with them later, but after I get through all these abilities, if you guys want to go this route. The strategy game is rebalanced. Everything takes time to build and research, and the satellite spam is no longer the dominant path to victory, so it'll change how we kind of play the game. Expanded gray market and council requests for alien captives, so more stuff to sell and all, etc., etc., and many new items, alien pods of up to 8 X-rays, alien leaders and navigators, and much more. So, and there are a lot of new items. I was looking at some of the stuff Inferno can do. A lot of stuff is equipable now, like battle scanners are equipable, rockets are equipable. You can have heat ammo as an equipable item, which lets you do more damage to bad guys. You can have smoke grenades are equipable items now. So, I mean, so a lot of new options is what you can do with your soldiers. It's recommended that Long War players start on normal difficulty. So yeah, and basically that's the thing. It also has other mechanics in it that forces us to have more soldiers. For example, if you go on a mission, even if you don't get injured, you're going to be tired for the next 3 or 4 days to simulate you trying to decompress from your experience. You were just in heavy combat, so even if you're not injured, you're exhausted. And if I send you out on another mission immediately after, you'll get even more tired and you'll be less accurate and less effective. So it really encourages what I wanted to do, which was have multiple squads that take on different missions, so that while, you know, one squad's resting, the other one is you know, one's on downtime, the other one's on mission. Now, here's what I would do if we play this mod. Inferno says on his playthrough, he easily started off with 3 squads of 10 people. So that's 30 people. I would probably try and do the same thing. I would get 3 squads of 10 people to start off. Now, I'm not going to redo the random list. Everyone who was on that list stays where they are. But just instead of everyone from 1 to 16, now it's everyone from 1 to 30 will be starting this role play. And what I would do is I would divide you into 3 squads. And I would divide you into 3 squads before we start, because my only reason why I haven't divided you into squads in the other game is because I wanted to make sure the squads are balanced. But if I have 10 people in each squad, I'm pretty sure they may not be perfectly balanced, but I'll be able to work with them. So I can even let you guys group into whatever squads you want to be, within reason. And then you can name your own squad, and what we'll do is each squad will have their own roleplay thread. Because obviously if I have 30, 45 people in there, that's going to get a bit crowded, but I can have a thread for this squad, a thread for this squad, a thread for this squad, and maybe a communal thread. So you can all role play with your squads and become much closer to each squad and have squad competitions, etc., etc. And we can play, you know, each squad goes on a mission and the other 2 are resting, and then the next mission, and since there's 12 missions a month, you'll get plenty of missions. So I have not personally played this mod myself, which means that, but I do know how incredibly hard a lot of people say it is. It is a tough mod. It is something that Inferno basically told me. And Inferno's been really playing XCOM for a long time. He says that if he thinks about it, in his first playthrough, where he is now, he's fairly late in the game, he would have lost about 15 people, and that was on the easiest difficulty. So give me credit for being about the same level as him. So, I mean, people will die. But that was always a thing in Enemy Within. So anyway, I'm rambling on, but this is an option that I'm really starting to like. If we're going to restart anyway, maybe we should restart in this. It won't have Enemy Within, so it won't have portents, won't have a lot of the new maps, it won't have Mech Warriors, won't have Gmods, but it has a bunch of new ways to play and will allow a lot more people to be involved in the roleplay. So tell me what you guys think. Do you think we should do Long War mod? Do you think we should just do Marathon mod and Enemy Within? Let me know. And I can tell you this, that a lot of people's concerns with Marathon mode is that it's untested. We should test and make sure if it works and if it's really what we want. Long War mod is completely stable, tested. Inferno's played it immensely, and he thinks it's great for the roleplay. So, well, tell me what you guys think, all right? All right.